We
Yep, we're
are.
live.
There we are. We are live. We are live in the houses. One, two, three. We got
Yay.
three houses tonight, y'all. We are live. We are live.
Do your
So
thing. Do your
I'm going to
thing.
start off today because Elder is busy trying to make sure everybody gets in today. So
Hmm.
we have Elder and the Truth and Sinestra G with a special guest. It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's Lee Morris. He's so famous. Y'all don't know. Y'all ain't ready for him. Y'all not
Ah,
ready.
he that dude. He that dude.
Mr. Moore, would you like to say hello to the people?
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. You know what? I'm excited. I watch you guys, and now here I am live and in person with you guys. So thank you so much. I'm excited for this conversation today because this topic is near and dear to my heart because I had to apply a lot of it rather recently. So I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we are excited that you are here with us. We're doing something new here on our Sundays. Of course, you guys know this is how to, why do, and we put
Hmm.
different subjects in there for you to relate to. So today our subject is just say no. Now, do not
Yes.
think from the beginning that this means just say no to drugs. No, we are just saying just say no all the way around the board. So
Right,
we're going
right.
to be talking about different things, and we would like you to comment in the comment section on what are things you had to say no to. So help us out, talk with us, walk with us, do all of those things. We want to hear your views as well. So hopefully we got some people that's going to tag today. All right.
Yes.
So we are on an elder. Are
Did I
you ready?
get you? Did I get y'all in? Was I successful?
I'll check. But I think
Okay. See, she's yeah. But good afternoon, good day, good day. Yes, the sediments. If you are old enough as I am, you remember the Just Say No campaign that Nancy Reagan started
so.
in the late 90s, late 80s, early 90s, with the DARE program. We're not talking about that
You
today,
are
are we?
telling your age today.
I'm
Oh,
proud of
happy
my age.
birthday. I'm sorry, I
I,
didn't forget all about that.
I'm proud of my age. And yes, happy Father's Day to all the fathers. And we were just introduced or told that we should also say Happy Father's Day to the single mothers out there, that's holding it down. Happy Father slash Mother Day to y'all also. But
Double
again, yes.
get a
How
double.
to I to just say no, and Miss G kind of gave us a little snippet of what we're dealing with. Because if y'all tuned in last week, we dealt with having too much on your plate or eating from your own plate. And one of the things that was brought up, that we want to stress today and talk about today is when you have too much, how do you actually say no to somebody? Because we like to think we as Christian individuals that believe in the Word of God and try to be good people just all around. Sometimes it's just hard to say no.
Yeah.
My kids, my boys, I could tell them no all day, any day. Would not a sweat off my brow. No, no. Practice saying no. My daughter though, she, Dad, can I? It's like, yeah, go ahead, get whatever you want. It don't even matter. So sometimes we have to learn how to say no,
Right.
not only for our own detriment, but sometimes for the detriment of who we actually trying to, who's asking for the help. Sometimes it's not in their best interest. So we're gonna get into how we actually say no. Why do we actually need to say no, and things of that nature. And as Sinestro so eloquently did, we have our guest, a good friend of mine, actually helped me get this thing rolling. So y'all could thank him, or y'all could get mad at him, depending on y'all want to take all the podcasts, either or. But yeah, he helped me. He look, he didn't say no. He said yes, and I'm thankful for that. But we have Mr. Lee Mooring, Pastor Lee Mooring here, from his church, All About One, which I love that. I love that title, that the name of that church, All About One. Uh,
Mhm.
so good, so good. But how do we say no? How do we say no? No, no. That it's
Just
that.
like that.
How it's really, it's that cutting down dry. It really is. But how do we actually say no? Really, if we really need to get into it, it's about why we deal with the why first, why we are saying no. And then we get to the actually how you do it. But why do you need to say no? I'll start off with the mental aspect.
All right.
Um, a lot of times you may have too much on your plate. You may have the tendency to be a people pleaser. You want to be that person that always helping, that's always doing, that's always there, the shoulder to lean on, the shoulder to cry on, the one that could stand in the gap. You may want to be all those things. But sometimes what we forget, people that are like that, what they tend to forget is that they may need that person to be able to lay their head on or to be able to cry on. I mean, oftentimes when you take in too much, you take in way too much, you don't have whether it's the mental capacity, physical, or whatever, the spiritual capacity to handle everything that needs to be done. So sometimes for your own peace of mind, sometimes for your own mental health, you have to push some things to the back burner. You have to say, you know what, that's too much. I can't handle that. Because you have a job, you got kids, there are things that you must take care of. And so to add something else from somebody else, to do something else, to run this errand, to do this, to go there, sometimes it's just too much. And for your own peace, your own mental peace, your own thought process, your own sleep, sometimes you got to say no.
Yeah.
You have to say no. Ms. G, I'm gonna throw it to you. What you got for me?
I can say that is so true because I do a lot I do a lot, and it's hard for me to say no sometimes. And most of the time it's because I always feel like God has blessed me so much. Why would I say no to somebody else? Why wouldn't I help out? In whatever capacity there is. I know somebody today asked me for a ride to Richmond like midnight tonight. And I'm sitting here like, you just like like how can I say no? But I'm getting ready to say it, and I felt so bad. It's the feeling behind the no. You know what I mean? Even though we really want to help out in that instant, it's like I don't see that happening. Or I can't, I'm not able to right now. That's not I just can't. But you have to say with conviction and mean it, and then most of the time, some people are we like to give excuses why we say no, but really you don't owe anybody an excuse, y'all. You don't. It's just no, not gonna be able to do that. Leave it at that. Because once you get in any deeper than that, it's going to be more like, and then she said, and then he said, because he got to go pick up his son. She got to go do this. And it's
like, how dare he?
Right. Over me? Oh, like I was
ain't doing nothing. Yeah.
You got the nerve to tell me.
I thought he was godly. I thought she was godly. I'm telling you, y'all
can't get a ride to Richmond.
Right. Yeah, gas is high. Just none of that computed to me. Like all I thought was gas prices. As soon as I said ride to $5.68.
Yeah. And you want me to where? Oh, okay. Okay. You want me to take? Oh, okay. All right.
Right. So I mean, really, it's the conviction behind it, and like you don't owe anybody an explanation why you cannot. You just can't. That's it. So we can't always say yes to everything. Like you said, time management, you got other things you have to do. So we really can't just say, sure, I can do that. No, you got schoolwork to do. You got something else you need to be doing. So
right.
What about you, Mr. Lee Morin?
Yes.
It's interesting because I agree with both of you exactly what you're saying. It interrupts your sleep, your peace. You don't have time. You get busy, and then you don't owe them an explanation. For me, what it really boiled down to was I was getting distracted from what God was calling me to do.
Wow.
That's good.
And so now I'm a lot better with saying no, because if it lines up with the vision God has given me, then yes, we're on track. But sometimes what I could see myself doing is, yes, I can take pictures, I can do videos, but I was getting sidetracked by what God really wanted me to do. So for me, it just changed with knowing what God wanted me to be doing. Yes, God wants us to be servants. He wants us to be out there helping people. He wants us to take people to Richmond, but that could get you off track of what he wants you to do. It can make you, just like you said, make you tired, make you mentally tired, physically tired, and then you're not fresh for what you should be doing.
Right.
Y'all keep talking about Richmond and take it. Look, I'm not asking either one of y'all to take me to Richmond.
You know what?
at
If
all.
you ask for a ride for Richmond from me, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say, you know what? Right now, I'm not able to, but I tell you what, I can give you a couple dollars to help you get there.
That's good.
You-
I see Miss Danielle Bennett Hicks is on. You want to say what?
you
You
know,
say what?
a couple dollars means more than $5.95. I just want to let you
Man, look, back in the day, I remember, and again, I'm dating myself when, people would get in my car and it was a minimum of $5 because $5 would at least, if not fill my tank up, at least give me half. And if you didn't want to get it, if you didn't, hey, I ain't got it. Like, well, you ain't got a ride either. I'm sorry.
I remember those days going to school and it's like, y'all got 50 cents? Anybody got 50 cents?
Man.
And that was back in the day. Oh yeah. That worked out for us. But I do remember that. I do remember those times. So
but yeah, that and I like because we even mentioned it. And hey, Miss Danielle Bennett Hicks, thank you for joining. And my one of my cousins, Mr. LG, Reverend as we like to call him, LG Monroe. But that we had talked about it last week. The distraction aspect. That's so key, especially when you know what you're supposed to be doing. It's so easy to get pulled right to the left, to the front, to the back. And you do end up, losing track of what you're supposed to be doing. There's nothing worse. I think I gave the illustration of my wife and her cleaning the house where she be cleaning five rooms all at once. And I'm like, it don't look like you did it. Hey, just say no to the room. Just say no to the room.
So you're getting one step closer.
I'm on your side, Dorcas.
But yeah, it is so important to when you know what you're supposed to be doing, when you know you're focused, to stay focused. And not to say you can't be selfish sometimes, but you also got to understand that God gave you that vision for a reason. And if you're saying yes to everything and everybody, then actually you're not going to be helping anybody. Because there's only one thing I found: there's only 24 hours in a day. There's only 7 days in a week. Now, somehow mysteriously giving you a ride to Richmond can add some hours or a day to the week. Hey, then by all
get in the car. Let's go.
Get in the car. Look, I'll take you all the time. But there's only so much time that there's in a day and in a week. And even more so, even in our lifetime. So we have to be very studious about the time that we do have. We have to be, Scripture talks about being about our Father's business. We have to be motivated to do those things that He has placed in our heart. And even on the flip side, if someone tells us no, understand, it's okay. It is okay to receive. I know it's funny. I was thinking when we was thinking about this topic, I was thinking about how much we actually tell kids no when they're growing up. Have you ever watched a parent with a young, 1, 2, 3, you just hear no all the time. No, don't touch that. No, sit down. No. And it's like, man, I see why you get older, I don't even want to hear that word more. Just
you think we'd be used to it? We heard it all of our lives.
Man, you would think so. But yeah, it's amazing, when someone does tell you no, that you get so offended. Like really offended. Like you look, you clutching pearls. Like they told me what?
I can't believe he said no to me.
How dare? Right. How dare you?
Right.
No, Richmond is just right down the street. It ain't even out the state. God gave them a car. Yeah.
Look, y'all. Look, for anybody listening, do not ask any one of us on here for a ride to Richmond, because that ain't that ain't happening. That is not happening. But yes, go ahead, Ms. G.
I can tell y'all that one of the big things. So it's like how to say no. Well, we got that down, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. With a smile. The guy said, no. You know, it's your delivery. I just want to know it's just the way that you deliver the no. Not a no. You know, that's
Mm-hmm.
the one you give your kids most of the time. Like, I know you did not just come and ask me that. That's the different one. But you know, it's the delivery on top of
Mm-hmm.
it. And then why do we say no? Well, we say no because of we gotta have some peace of mind. Sometimes you just can't fill your plate so much and so tight that you have nothing else that you can do. You know
Right.
what I mean? So that's a big deal. If you have things to do with your kids, you can't do A, B, and C over here with
Mm-hmm.
church, work, this, that, you know what I mean? You just can't do that. So prioritize your life so that you're
Mm-hmm.
able to to be able to break up what you can and cannot do.
Right.
One
Right.
thing I do is I use my phone all the time. People always say, I have this going on. I go, hold on. No, I'm not
Pull
gonna
out
be
the
able to do it
calendar.
this time. I'm sorry.
Pull
I
out the
just
calendar.
and it's not where you have a 30-minute window to get to the next event. No, first of all, gas is too high. We are discussed that. And I'm just not going to do that. Can I catch it on Facebook? Can I watch it? Can I share it?
Right.
What are other ways you can help them out in that situation? Try something like that. You know, oh, you're having an event. Is it live? Even though you know they
Mm-hmm.
want people in the seats, but how about if I share whatever it is? Because I'm
Right.
not going to be able to make it, you know?
That's
So you don't necessarily have to tell them why you can't make it, but you can help them out.
that's some good.
Share.
That's
You
some
got a prayer
nuggets, G.
retreat? Oh, girl,
That,
who you want to come? I will put it out there for you. You know,
that's
you have
good,
going
G.
on. You got to play. Oh, it's all on my Facebook page. It's all over here. I got it on every platform, and I will share it with you. You know, so there's just different ways that you can come around the no. So
Right.
I think that was the how to and why do. You
Like
know,
that. Like that. Uh, Lee, can you she brought up prioritizing your life and using that to say no. Can you speak to us a little bit about how you prioritize? Because if y'all don't know, for those watching, he just did we don't want to say gospel play, but he had an event
yes.
where there were people on stage acting
You
and
can say
singing.
gospel play. I think they know what gospel play is.
Okay, he had a gospel play.
Their mind goes to Tyler Perry, and that's what we want them to go to.
I
Okay,
was
okay,
about to say that they might be
okay.
cousins, y'all. It was good.
And very good. And it
It
was
was
all counsel is not wise counsel. But I
yes.
know in setting it up and building that, and you're also a pastor. You also have your own podcast that we're gonna get into that a little later. But I know there had to be at some point. I know you was looking for a lot of yeses, but there was at some point you had to say, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna be able to do that right there. So how did you prioritize, when you could say no, and things of that nature?
It's interesting because if I'd have been on the show maybe 2 months ago, I would have just had to sit in the corner and listen, because I was doing so much. I had so much on my plate. The plate was just running over, and then finally I got to the point where, when it was coming to this play, I knew at least 30 days prior I had to clear everything else off. I had to clear up other projects, videos, photos, you name it, things that I was doing for people. And I had to, like you said, prioritize, because it was about, going back to what God was calling me to do. I have to focus on that. And I don't think it was selfish. It was, like you said, being about my Father's business.
Mm-hmm.
And me prioritizing was looking at what's most important.
Mm.
What's most important that I can do to glorify God,
Right.
that He has given me. And so when I was able to rack and stack, then it was clear, here's what the priority was. And once I found what the number one thing was, which in this particular case was the play, then I knew everything else had to come second and third, because everybody says, well, you need to make everything a priority. You can't do that. You have to rack and stack. Here's the number one thing. And then number two, number three, so forth. So for me, it was just about taking an inventory of what I could get off of my plate, what projects I could finish, And like you mentioned earlier about cleaning several rooms at once and not getting any progress. That was me. I was the king of multitasking with 7 different things, but not getting anything done. But when I finally said, I'm gonna focus, this is going to be done by this date, put a deadline, because that's one thing that I'll say for me. I needed a deadline for accountability. I had the deadline. I cleared off the first project, cleared off the next one, the next one, the next one. And so by doing that, it helped me stay focused, because when you're scattered, you're not going to get anything done. It's going back to that example. You're cleaning a little bit in each room and nobody's seeing any progress.
Right.
But when you do that, some type of accountability, which I think is vital to anything, that you have a level of accountability. And my accountability, first and foremost, was the God, to do what he was telling me to do. But prioritizing and say, this is number one, and all this other stuff, I have to set deadlines to get it knocked out.
Right. Now that's good. That's good. One of the things I like that you said about the focus, I was thinking about doing things unto excellence. You know, when you have that scatterbrain kind of mentality, I think the old saying goes, jack of all trades, but master of none. And you have a tendency, you know, when you don't say no, or when you always in a yes state, and you're spread so thin, your quality of work that you're doing, it just goes down, which ultimately ends up being a reflection of you. And someone may say, depending on, you know, you got your own business or whatever the case may be, someone might say, I don't, man, I saw the last thing he put together. Like, look, it had potential, but
but it wasn't there, you know.
It wasn't, man.
You know, call me in like 3 or 4 shows, but
right. So it's important to have that and again, when you know what you're supposed to be doing, it's important to have that laser focus, and being able to be like, you know what, maybe not now, maybe some other time down the road, or like even Miss G, you know, hey, look, I'll share, I'll tag, I'll do something else that may fit into my time budget. But outside of that, this time I just can't. And like I said, on the flip side, we also have to make sure we look at it when someone tells us no, that they're doing the exact same thing. You know, they're guarding their priorities, they're guarding their vision and purpose, their mental stability. And I have to say that sometimes they just may be mean. That's a possibility. They just don't like you. And you have to swallow that. You have to swallow that also. They just may. But that, even with that being said, you don't want that energy around you anyway. So sometimes it may be even God blocking an individual from entering into your space. You're thinking that they may be helpful, and you saw, well, they got this many viewers and blah blah blah, this, and they got that. Maybe I can get them on my team. And a no comes up, and you're like, Lord, why? And he may just be letting you know, look, that's not a good companion. That's not a good pairing. Like, I kept them at bay for a reason. You need to go do, you know, find somebody else or do something else. So just a lot of times we look at the word no as having a negative connotation, but it doesn't always have to be that way. There is growth in a no. Because believe you me, God tells us no all the time. At least he tells me no.
Shut it off.
But understanding it is for my growth. It's for our growth and for our benefit. Because if we were able to get everything that we wanted, everything we desired, we'd just be a bunch of spoiled brats running around, thinking that money grows on trees. And look, I got 3 kids that already think that. I don't need no more. I don't need no more. So that's all I got. Why to just say no. This was good. Enjoy Mr. Lee Mooring. Miss G, you got anything else for us?
So I'm gonna piggyback on some things that Mr. Lee Morris did come up and say about focus. Remember your focus, because I know, like yesterday, y'all. Let me tell you. So I had nothing to do, like nothing. I literally laid in bed, and I was like, you know, I just feel like I don't want to do nothing. Like it's just one of those days. And I would look at the phone, and if you're on here and you called me yesterday and I didn't answer,
She's apologizing now.
the answer was no. whatever it was. So,
Can I get
She
that
was
right,
practicing.
Richmond?
Look, she was practicing. She was practicing.
I was, it was just one of those days where I just wanted to just lay there, reflect. And next thing I know, it was like 6 o'clock. My dad came by,
Ooh.
and I'm kind of feeling a little, because my son is older now. So Father's Day is a little bit different, little different shift. My dad, he likes to do other things. So there's another shift. So it's like, so I think I was feeling myself a little bit this weekend, like, oh man. But I was able to cut his hair yesterday, which that just warmed my heart yesterday.
Mhm.
But after that, it was all, I'm doing nothing, like nothing. I didn't even eat until late,
Wow.
so I'm doing nothing today. I'm just gonna lay here. And I looked at my phone and I was like, this is one of those just say no. Like, I don't even know what they want. But if they don't call me back 2 or 3 times, then it must not have been that big of a deal. So I'm just gonna leave it
Wow.
You
right
got
there.
that people call her 4 times. She
Right.
wake up 4 times.
Four.
Then I'll be like, oh, it must
Four.
be big. This must be really important. So it was just one of those things. But that's the other thing I wanted to say is it's sometimes you just have to take time out to rest and to
Yeah.
relax, get your mind
Unplug.
together. Today was a great day all over. So get your mind together and what they say, relax, relate, release. It's one of
Yes.
those things. So I was able to do that yesterday. So just keep your focus on
Mhm.
what's going on. And then I know a business person told me a long time ago that they had to say no to some folks, right?
Mhm.
And it was because of price. So, when you start doing different things, you do plays,
Right.
you have a business, and then people want to buy stuff from you to support you, right?
Right.
But then they find out your price. And it's like, know your worth.
Uh,
Know your worth. When people try to ask for that discount,
you
just say
50
no.
cent? Can I get 50 cent for a wing? I
I
can't do
mean,
that.
I thought I was
Eh,
your cousin from a second generation to a second generation on your daddy's mama's other side.
Won't
Like,
we do it? Won't we do it?
but my worth, it's worth
Right.
it. So what I'm giving you, my product that I'm giving you is worth it. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So just remember your worth. That's one of my things. And of course, your vision. Do not taint your vision. If you have somebody on the team that's trying to change up what you're trying to do, God gave
right.
you the vision and continue with it. No matter what it is, you're gonna have to say no,
Push.
out
Push.
to that person. Just be like, look,
Yes.
we are not on the same wavelength. That's something that we're taught in different organizations, that this vision is not the right vision. Your vision is not the vision for my vision.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna have to say no, and that's gonna be a hard pass right now. Maybe later on we can do something, but right now it's a no. So just remember those. So I really commend you, Mr. Lee Mooring, for your play.
Yes.
And I cannot wait till maybe I'm able to see, come up. I got to see snippets because people like to sneak stuff in, and I'm not gonna tell everybody business. I'm
Please
just
don't.
saying it was
Please don't.
good what I saw. So,
Thank you. Thank you. And like I said, it'll be streaming this coming weekend.
oh,
Yes.
I didn't
Yes.
want to tell everybody.
Come
That's
on.
what we do.
You
Y'all
know we saved that
get
to the
your
end.
popcorn. Get your popcorn. Get it ready. So I'm
But
excited.
thank you, Miss G. Thank you, Miss, this morning. I like the laser focus. I even like the perspective you brought, Miss G, um, about staying within your vision and the things that you got to do, um, and being able to say no for your for what you need to do and what you're thinking about. But as always, as we end this with the how to why to just saying no,
Yeah.
we got to give out. First of all, thank you, Mr. Lee Morning. And where can people find you speak every morning at 8. You got the gospel plays coming on. I mean, plate is full, y'all. Matter of fact, he got like I think I saw like a second and third plate he
I think
working
he's
on
using
right
a
now.
charger. He using
Look,
a charger. You know,
yeah, yes,
yeah, he's using
yes.
a charger. It's okay.
So where can they find you? You had brought up the streaming of the play. Where can they find? Give us some information that they can find you at.
Okay. If you go out to on any social media and you type in All About One, you're going to find us. So allaboutone.com is our website. And like I said, we're going to be streaming the play this coming Saturday. And it is high definition. It is amazing. I've already watched it, and you're in for a treat. There is a fee. Go out to allaboutone.com and you can see some information out there, as well as on Facebook and on YouTube. Every morning at 8 a.m. we are out there. We are bringing you some good Christian nuggets just to start your day. Usually some how to, why to things.
There you go.
3 ways to stay started, 4 ways to change some, make some positive strides in your life. But so we got things going on like that. You know what? Can I say a real quick promotion real quick?
You sure
Yeah.
can.
Hit us with what you got.
This is not we have not officially launched it, but it is out there on Amazon. You can get this. We just created. This is a Christian journal and is designed for women. And basically it is 60 days getting closer to God. And what it has some quotes out there, as well as some scriptures, and then plenty of space for you to write what's going on in your day, because we all know that journaling is important. But we have that out there on Amazon. If you just type in Lee Mooring, my wife and I just created that. But yeah, go out to YouTube. We're out there. We're on Facebook every morning, as well as we do have, like I said, streaming this coming Saturday. And we have a new play that's coming out, and it's going to be called Christian Annie.
Oh, wow.
Christian Annie. I like the sound of that.
And we got a nice little twist to it. But wait, we can't afford that song, so we're gonna have our own version. But yeah, we're looking at
it's the love of Christ.
Yeah. Hey, there we go. All right.
Hey, look at that.
Music too.
Right. Yeah. So we have that coming out. We're looking at anywhere between November and February timeframe. So you all can check that out when it comes out. And just a shout out to everybody who supported us on this project. Just thank you for your love, for your prayers, your donations, everything. Just thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Miss G, you already know. Where can we find you?
Well. Nothing has changed in a month and a half, so you can still find me on Facebook at Sinestra Grinkley Whiting, just in case my old school wants to know where I'm at, or my new school wants to know where I'm at. You got both last names, so just tag me. Or DM me if you have any questions. Just not if you want to go to Richmond. But anyway, so
no ride to Richmond.
You can find me also every Sunday morning on 105.4 WRAR down in the Tappahannock area, Richmond, Warsaw, Montrose area. However, I'm also online at the same time, 9:15 to 10 a.m. with the great gospel music for your listening ears to hear, and great inspirational word from Dr. Davina Smith. She's awesome. So that's me all in a nutshell here. And then here at don't call me from 6 p.m. I got schoolwork to do, y'all. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Love
don't
y'all.
Call between these times. Don't call me for a ride to Richmond.
Don't call me on this day.
Let's get the whole list out right now.
I'm trying to collect gas money. I don't know about nobody else.
Won't he do it? Come on now. Come on now. And as always, this is the Elder Andre. You can watch my podcast, The Elder and the Truth, YouTube. We have the YouTube channel where you can find these episodes and others. Also on Facebook at Sylvester Harvey at Facebook.com. We got another podcast coming out. I think it's stretching out to July 15th. It's going to be called The Minister's Corner. The Minister's Corner. We got another one coming out. We're just trying to keep this train rolling, trying to get y'all with some good content. So I hope y'all enjoy that and be looking out for that. So that's all I have for today. Thank y'all for that showed up, that watch, that's viewing. As always, we do the live today on Sunday, and then we send these out on Wednesday as a refresher, so you can catch all these episodes and others. And then definitely like, comment, subscribe. Give us some insight, what you think, some things y'all want to hear us even talk about, some guests y'all even may want to hear us reach out and find and grab. But whatever y'all do, definitely stay blessed. Relearn how to say no. Just say no. The drugs, definitely yes. To sin, definitely yes. But also to rides to Richmond and to getting out of the bed and those things for your health and your wellness and your good. But thank you again, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Lee Morin, Miss G. It's always a pleasure. And until next time, y'all, we'll catch y'all on the other side. Y'all be
See y'all
blessed.
later.